beginner video. I was gonna do an advanced video. But the human consciousness isn't ready for that. So I'm gonna do an intermediate video instead. You want to tune up your practice of meditating transcendentally every single day, multiple times a day if you can, as many times as you can. Each time you do it, each time you meditate transcendentally, you should be tuning up your practice of meditating transcendentally. What does that mean? Well, it means you want to trek up a steeper hill each day. The hill gets steeper. You want to listen to the universe without judgment. You don't attach to any certain vibration. You stay present. Check this out. You see, the way my eyes flutter is inhuman. Now let's dig deep into what that means. When we dream, we experience something called REM dreaming. It's a REM cycle, the REM cycle. That's called rapid eye movement dreaming. That's because we're processing a lot, obviously, when we dream. But the thing is that, check this out. You see, that's rapid eye movement, but the thing is that I'm awake, so the thing is that I'm aware and I'm conscious. So it's like dreaming, it's like rapid eye dreaming. You process in a similar way, but you're not asleep. The key to regenerating is becoming something inhuman, unhuman, not human, a metahuman. The new species that we are evolving into transcends previousness, cultivating a Peter Thielian regenerative utopia that also it cultivates healing powers, not to mention the fact that meditating transcendentally has the capability of curing cancer, all mental illness, as well as learning disabilities and the ability to expel demons. Now, you're probably wondering, how did I start talking about regeneration all of a sudden when this video was supposed to be about meditating transcendentally? Like I said in my first video, is one of the biggest components, one of the biggest components to regenerating. There's obviously other components and there's other ways to regenerate, and that's sort of for an advanced regeneration video, but to keep it about meditating transcendentally, I'll just tell you that meditating transcendentally are the most important. We'll think about Babaji. So now we're talking about Babaji. He's been alive for 2,000 years. Well, what does he do? Well, from what I know, he meditates transcendentally 24/7, the same way I do. And from what I heard, he taught Jesus Christ how to meditate transcendentally, but that's just what I heard. And Sadhguru is one of his disciples, amongst others. And he's been alive longer than anyone ever. So, yeah. He basically is a prime example. Basically, what I'll tell you is that, like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to say this later in the video, but listening to Babaji's soul is an advanced technique of meditating transcendentally. It's pretty powerful. So meditating transcendentally is a big component, and we can talk about other stuff that is conducive to regeneration in another video, but since we're talking about meditating transcendentally, here I'm just going to keep talking about meditating transcendentally. So what you want to do is you need to understand that meditating transcendentally improves your hearing. What does that mean? Well, let's delve into improves your hearing. So you're listening to the cosmos, thus improving your hearing. Work on developing your chi powers through meditating transcendentally. Right? What does that mean? Well, it means that, on a very surface level, meditating transcendentally gives you access to something that you may not be used to. But on a surface level, what does meditation do? Well, it helps you with stress and stuff like that. But when you go deeper to another level, we're going to call this level compassion. You're still only at level 2. So let's say hypothetically you've been working on practice of meditating transcendentally. So now you're at level 3. So now we're talking about chi powers. And chi powers is just about cultivating energy and like real energy. Just like real energy amongst the cosmos. But that can get real deep. As deep as you go into your practice. The questions to think about are, do you know what a gray matter overload is? If you don't, you're not doing enough. Are you familiar with the term raining gray matter? If you're not on an intermediate level, and you probably won't get to raining gray matter until you get to advanced level, because raining gray matter is an advanced technique of meditating transcendentally. But basically, I could explain it more in the advanced video of meditating transcendentally. But what I'm going to say to you here is that when you practice meditating transcendentally, the more you practice it, eventually you'll understand what raining gray matter is. And then when you understand what it is, then you can cultivate it and use it at your disposal. And basically, it's a superpower. It's a spirit. It's like a superpower, but it's a spiritual power. It's actually more powerful than a superpower. I don't even know what a superpower is, but it's a spiritual power. So what it is that it's a spiritual power that you can use whenever you want. But you have to have it in your toolbox first. You can't just do it from like day one. You have to practice. You have to work your way up to that point. So here's an intermediate technique. I want to keep this video like sort of concise. Try meditating transcendentally, standing, right, and then switching positions. That's just like an intermediate technique. Like if you can meditate transcendentally standing, you're like halfway between beginner and intermediate. Like that's a pretty easy one. But do it, in all different positions. Here's an advanced technique of meditating transcendentally. So this video is supposed to be an intermediate video, but I'm doing these advanced techniques towards the end of the video as sort of like a bonus, but obviously I'll go deeper into them on the next video. So here's what it is. When a plane passes by, direct all your energy towards listening to that plane and the entire cosmos at large. In this moment, you need to listen to different countries, to all the different countries, every different country that you choose, the souls of them. The soul of Plato, the soul of Babaji, Aristotle, Julius Caesar, basically it's going to be, you're going to be processing the souls of a bunch of different souls that are sort of like involved in your life, but also just the ones that you choose. And that's cultivating energy. And that goes deeper, which I can go deeper into in the next video. The multiverse. In this moment, you need to listen to all different, right, like what I just said, a pen pal you might have, right? the cosmos. There's 9 billion people in the cosmos. The planets, all the different planets, the stars across the globe. Become what you want to do now. This is actually being advanced. This is definitely not intermediate. What you want to do is you want to become a spiritual emperor. You want to be connected with the soul of the animal kingdom, the human consciousness and beyond. And the reason why plans are so important, like I said in my tweet, is because they allow you to see the grander scheme of the cosmos.